Hi guys, welcome back to QNAP Live Broadcast. Sam, and today we have Jason here because we want to introduce you our latest version of the TS-x53D version, and the X53B version and BE version has been very popular in the market. So now we have the brand new one, the X53D version. So let's get into the slides and check on what that could be. Well, first of all, that is a quad-core Intel processor, and for this machine, it has like two 2.5 gigabit Ethernet port. So that is the top two selling point. And then it equipped with one HDMI 2.0 version port, so that you can have better using experience of the HDMI in and out. And of course, for this type, well, for the price range in the market, well, this one, the TS-x53D version, they are the most unique one because we are the one that have the PCIe expansion slot for you to have a more flexible usage, that you can purchase one of our expansion card and install on this NASes. And then it can support Wi-Fi 6 and by using our PCIe expansion card. Or you want to use it as a M.2 SSD expansion card, that will also be okay. So for this model, we have 4-bay, 6-bay, and 2-bay. Well, the processor type is J4125, and that is a 4-core processor, and it can go up to 2.7 gigahertz. Well, we have three main parts for the topic today, and the first that is we will give you all the necessary expansion unit that you can use with our with our newly launched TS-x53D NAS, and then we will have the introduction to the hardware. Then we will show you, if you purchase this series of NAS, what kind of applications that you can install onto the NAS and how you can use it as your solution. Well, first, this is the what is that?
So
the progress of.
I think probably Sam and other users may think about why I need a 2.5 gigabit, right? Instead of 1 gigabit. And so let me spend a few slides and tell you why the environment is changing. Okay. So first of all is the motherboard market and the PC market. So you will see that 1 gigabit was invented around 1999. So it's been like 20 years old already, old technology. So you will see that now more and more manufacturers of motherboards are coming out with new motherboards with built-in 2.5 gigabit connectivity, okay, besides 1 gigabit. So because they already see the future and the trend, and then this is the beginning of the more affordable 2.5 gigabit and more popular 2.5 gig from these motherboard makers. Okay. So besides the motherboard, I think if you have some devices last year, such as laptops, Mac Pro, for example, these devices already have a 10 gigabit built-in. That's also multi-gig support. So those devices can also support the 2.5 gigabit. Okay. So this is the client computer market. Now, how about the routers? Now you will see that more and more routers are claimed to be Wi-Fi 6. So Wi-Fi 6 routers, they are using the latest 802.11ax technology, and you will see that some of the higher end models comes with a 2.5 gigabit port, which can be configured either a WAN port or a LAN port. So if your ISP does not does not offer 2.5 gigabit WAN, like internet service, then you can configure the 2.5 gig port to be a LAN port. And that way, when you connect LAN port, 2.5 gig LAN port to a 2.5 gig NAS, together with your Wi-Fi 6 clients and several gigabit computers, then you can really take advantage of the 2.5 gigabit bandwidth on the NAS side. So basically, it can really help you utilize the 2.5 gig bandwidth when you have a Wi-Fi 6 router with 2.5 gig and also a NAS with 2.5 gig. Okay. Now, you may also wonder if I need to change the existing wiring in your offices for 2.5 gig? The answer is no. If you look at the cable on the right, with your existing cable wire infrastructure, it is very likely it can already support 2.5 gig because Cat5e is very common in all the buildings. You will see that with 2.5 gig can support and Cat5e cables can support over 100 meters with the 2.5 gig speed. And QNAP also offers many switches that can support the 2.5 gig speed if you have a multi-device access environment. So starting from the bottom side that are already available in some markets will be the 3 QSW series with a 12-port 1208 with 8 combo ports for the 2.5 gig and 308 1C 1 port for the 2.5 gig. And these two are the unmanaged. And then there's also managed switch with M408 with 4 combo or either 4 combo or 2 combo ports for the 2.5 gig. Now, to make the 2.5 gig environment even more mature or more affordable for the general users, QNAP is also going to launch a very affordable 5-port 2.5 gig switch in Q3 this year. So you can look forward to that later and then to combine with our 2.5 gig NAS to get the maximum bandwidth. So the new one will be fairness and metal housing, good quality. So you can basically place it in on your desk and then without creating any additional noise and still get a 2.5 gig performance. Okay. What if your clients only have 1 gigabit? How can you upgrade your client PCs to 2.5 gig or faster speed? QNAP already has many accessories for PCs and computers that you can buy and install. For example, we have a QXG10G1T, which is a 1-port 10 gigabit. QXG5G1T 111C, this is a 5 gigabit with 1 port, 2 port, or 4 ports. So, and then these PCIe adapters can go easily into your Windows computer or servers, and then you just need to install a driver to get it working. And if you have a laptop, then you can consider the USB based, the QNA UC5G1T. So basically you can give your laptop higher performance than the 1 gigabit interface. Now, if your NAS does not have 2.5 gigabit or faster speed, but you want to put it in the same network, don't let the slower NAS drag you down. You can also install the USB to 5 gigabit adapter to the NAS USB port and then get the higher performance. Okay, so as you can see that QNAP provides many accessories for the client devices to get over 1 gigabit performance. Okay, so we look at the motherboards, right? Computers and routers and switches and various accessories for the computers to get up to the 2.5 gig speed. So now we are truly creating a real 2.5 gigabit NAS for professionals. So here is the TS-53D series. So with TS-53D series, it comes with 2 integrated independent 2.5 gig network adapters built in on the motherboard directly. So you don't have to buy additional 2.5 gig or 5 gigabit adapters for your NAS. Okay, it's already built in when you buy it. So it means unlike other NAS models, other brands, you will not be restricted by the onboard 1 gigabit interface for the NAS potential. Okay, by having the 2 integrated 2.5 gigabit LAN ports on the NAS can really unleash the full networking performance of the process and the hardware itself. And I also have seen some users, power users, I would say, they try to install the 2.5 gigabit drivers onto the NAS to support aftermarket the 2.5 gig USB to 2.5 gig adapters or PCIe adapters. You don't have to do that with the 53D series. Simply you buy and then use 2.5 gig. It's already built in.
Yep.
Okay. So in conclusion, the two integrated 2.5 gig network cards can provide not only reducing the NAS CPU performance, but also gives you better network quality because those are independent network cards. Also, if you have a laptop, then if you want to install many games or many applications and the data, then you may have run out of space someday. But by using the 2.5 gig connection and the iSCSI, you can use this to expand your laptop or your server storage and then get the best 2.5 gig connection, high speed and a large capacity from the NAS. Okay, so these are the benefits and why we are creating the new 53D series with a 2.5 gig built in. Okay, so let's take a look at the front and the rear side of the devices. So on the top, we have a power button there, and then with various LED indicators, and you can also adjust the brightness with in our QTS. And when you remove the front cover, you have a 2-bay, 4-bay, and 6-bay different hard drive trays. You have access to install the hard drives or SSDs. And on the front, there's also a USB 3.2 Gen 1 port, which can let you connect the USB drive, and then together with the copy button, you can configure in the QTS to do a backup, or copy in, copy out, or do a synchronization process between the data between your USB drive and the data on the NAS. Okay? So this just to show you what it looks like after you remove the cover. On the top right, there's you have access to the hard drive trays. Okay. The memory, as you can see on the right hand side, we offer different memory models. With the 2-bay, there's only one SKU, which is 4-4G. So it comes with one of the 4 GB memory module. But for the 4-bay and 6-bay, you have choices of either 4 GB memory or 8 GB memory. And to upgrade the memory is very simple. So if you buy a 4 GB memory model, you can simply remove all the hard drive trays, and then you have access to the two memory modules on the front. So it's very easy to do your memory upgrade. And the memory is upgraded to DDR4 2400, so you can have a better performance compared to the previous generation.
Yep.
Okay, and QNAP also offers the optional 4 GB RAM module. After you use it for some time, you want to upgrade it to more memory. So how to install the hard drives? It is also very simple. First, you want to remove the front cover and the hard drive trays, and then for the 3.5-inch hard drives, you don't need a screwdriver. You can simply install the hard drives with 3.5-inch hard drives there. But if you want to transport the NAS with the hard drives installed, we strongly recommend you to install the screws before the transportation. For 2.5-inch hard drives or SSDs, you will need a screwdriver to install the 2.5-inch drives. Okay, so it's you can install all the drives in just a matter of minutes or even seconds. Okay? Now the rear part is where the 53D specs is really better than the competitors. So let's take a look here from the top. There's a PCIe Gen 2 expansion slot. As you can see the different specs here. With the 2-bay model, it gets a Gen 2 by 4, so PCIe 2.0 by 4, which means better bandwidth because it's a smaller bay. With the 453D and the 653D, they both have a PCIe Gen 2 by 2 bandwidth for the PCIe expansion slot. Then on the top left, there's a reset button. Just in case you forgot your administrator's password, you can simply reset it, and also your network settings. And for each model also has 1 or 2 fans. By default, it is smart fan, but you can also configure it to be manually operating at middle or higher speed, or even low speed. Now, all of the 3 models comes with a HDMI port, and we have upgraded to a smoother HDMI 2.0 that can output a 4K at 60 Hz. Later on, Sam will talk about what you can do with the HDMI port in our various applications, which is also not available from other vendors. Okay?
Yep.
Now, for the USB ports, you will see that there are 2 of the USB 3.2 Gen 1 and then 2 of USB 2.0. So with USB ports, not only can you connect the USB storage devices, but also a UPS to protect the data from power loss, or a USB keyboard and mouse to work with our various applications, okay, which Sam will also mention it later.
Yep.
Then the most important thing is the 2 of the built-in 2.5 gig network ports. So with the 2.5 gig, because it is a multi-gigabit standard, it can also support 1 gig and lower speed. With this, you can configure in QTS to do port trunking, load balancing, or a failover in case one cable has been unplugged. Okay, so this is the rear view of the 53D series. Now, the CPU is also a good upgrade from the previous generation. You will see that it comes with Intel Celeron J4125. And let's get to the specs in the next page. So you will see that how the CPU compared to the previous generation, which was already 3 years old. Okay, here you will see that both are quad-core and 4 threads, but the base frequency is bumped from 1.5 GHz on the J3455 to the 2.0 GHz on a new processor, and also the burst speed is also a bit higher, up to 2.7 GHz. And the double of the cache amount also helps with file access performance, data operation, I/O inside the NAS itself. And also you will see with the memory now it's DDR4 up to 2400 speed supported. So also the file operation is also more efficient by about 10 to 15%. Now 4K support, which I just mentioned, now you get the HDMI 2.0 compared to 1.4B on the previous generation only. Okay. So you may wonder, okay, how fast the performance I can get with the 2.5 gigabit and even 10 gigabit on this model with the expansion card. So we have done a series of tests with the various network 2.5 gig ports and the higher speed ports. So here, why do you need a 2.5 gig on the NAS? Okay, this is very important and essential. I would say it's a necessary evil. But if you are a single computer, like creative professionals, okay, you have one of your main computer to work on the video editing, or YouTuber work on your video. Then you have a large file that you want to transfer between the NAS and your computer. Then this is where the 2.5 gigs really shines. So it can greatly reduce your time in processing the data. Based on our test, so we don't do any tricks. We don't use any software. With 2.5 gig, you can easily be benefited from your daily operations. Like for example, with Windows file transfer, drag and drop. Download speed is 295 megabyte per second. Upload speed is very similar, 289 megabyte per second.
Yes.
This is done by a TS-453D with the SSDs installed. Okay. And on the right, this is when I encrypt the NAS volume and I perform the data operation file transfer. You can see it can still maintain at a similar speed with download at 294 and upload at 252. So basically this is a very powerful processor for the entry and the middle businesses to work on their data storage requirement. Okay. Now, if you have more than one users that in your network environment, who want to access the NAS concurrently, the TS-53D, two of the 2.5 gigabit Ethernet are also good for multi-user environment. Here I have used IO meter testing tool to simulate two multiple user concurrent file transfer. And here on the Windows sequential transfer, it can reach up to 590 megabyte per second and 535 megabyte write performance. And when I do an encryption on the NAS, you can see still very high values with the dual port 2.5 gigabit. So this is very useful when you have a multi-user and multi-device environment and then you want to deploy the NAS in. Okay, so by having the enable the jumbo frame support and the various dual 2.5 gigabit port trunking link aggregation, so you can really get to this high performance with our 53D series. Now, what if you want more network interfaces for different sub-networks? For example, if you want a higher read speed, then QNAP also offers various 5 gigabit and 10 gigabit adapters that you can purchase and install onto this 53D series. So here is also conducted with 453D with its PCIe Gen 2x2. You can see that when you install a one port 10 gigabit card, it can reach up to 686 megabyte per second in the download speed. Okay, so no matter what your network environment is, QNAP also always have the right accessors for your various network environment. Now, so the previous one for the large file data transfer. What about the small files? Because sometimes you may work with a lot of office files and small files. Then you can use SD cache. So by purchasing QNAP QN2 adapters, so we have 4 models there they are recommended for the 53D series. So you can add either 2 of the M.2 SATA SSDs or 2 of the M.2 NVMe SSD to the NAS and enable SD cache to enhance your IOPS and increase your data transfer speed with small files. So this is the option you wanna consider when you are working with a lot of small files, okay, with SD cache. Now, previously we mentioned some of those high-end and Wi-Fi 6 routers have a 2.5 gig, right? So if you don't have those routers, no problem. You see that there are more and more businesses that are upgrading the access point to the Wi-Fi 6 to have more user access. Okay, so it doesn't slow down. But you will also see that more and more computers that can support the Wi-Fi 6, or with your current computer or laptop, you can also check that in the market there's already a Wi-Fi 6 adapters available for you to install and get a Wi-Fi 6 speed. Okay. Now, for the mobile devices, the latest iPad Pro, iPhone 11 SE, and even the Samsung Galaxy series, they already have the Wi-Fi 6 integrated on those mobile devices. So on the bottom right, I show a picture that the Wi-Fi 6, which is touted by many people that it is a new and a true standard that can offer users over the 1 gigabit performance. Okay, I mean this is a theoretical speed, but based on the real test, many devices can achieve over 1 gigabit per second. Okay, and the Wi-Fi 5. Wi-Fi is what we call the 11AC. So 11AC, you see, still a little bit slower than a gigabit. So, which is to show you why Wi-Fi 6 is another hot topic besides the 5G network. Okay. So, to go with the trend, if you have purchased a Wi-Fi 6 router for your offices or home, you know there are actually not that expensive for the middle end, $100 or $200. Then QNAP NAS is here for you, and this is why QNAP NAS with our upcoming QTS version, you can see that we can support several of the market available Wi-Fi 6 PCIe adapters. So when you install these adapters onto the QNAP NAS, we can recognize it, and then it can help the NAS connect to Wi-Fi 6 network. Okay, so in the past, you may not want to use 11AC, the Wi-Fi 5 wireless, because it's not faster than gigabit. But with the available Wi-Fi 6, this is a great opportunity that for you to put a NAS in a location that's not easily reachable by a cable. For example, your home without a new remodeling, or in the factory area that's not easily reachable by the cable. And by installing the Wi-Fi 6 card, can make the NAS become the wireless client connecting to your network. So this is the Wi-Fi 6 support.
Okay.
So let's go to the demo and then check. Here I have prepared a brand new TS-53D, and then to upgrade the memory, first you want to take out the front cover, and then remove the slots one by one. Okay. So after you remove the slots, all the slots, you will see that you have immediate access to the two memory modules there, so they can easily upgrade the memory from there. Okay. And to install the PCIe adapter, this is also very simple. By following our user manual on the website, you simply have to remove the screws on the back, and then you can remove the side cover, and then have access to the PCIe slot there for you to install. So basically, the memory upgrade and the PCIe card installation is should be very easy for most users. So let's go to the live demo of the computer. Okay. Okay. So here I have also prepared a TS-453D that I'm gonna show you the real performance, real world test. Okay. So let's try the single port 2.5 gigabit connection. I'm gonna upload the 5 gigabyte files to this NAS over 2.5 gig. So you can see with a simple Windows Explorer drag and drop, when I'm uploading the file to the NAS, it can reach almost 300 megabyte per second. So it's more than twice the performance of the 1 gigabit interface. Okay, now I'm going to download the same 5 gigabyte file to the computer, and then see the read performance if it can still maintain at almost 300 megabyte per second. Okay, so you will see that now it can still maintain at almost 300 megabyte per second over the 2.5 gig. So whether you are working with your large video editing stuff, or your large Blu-ray video files, it's very easy to can really save you a lot of time to work with these kind of files. Okay. So now I'm going to try to test the two of the 2.5 gigabit network interface. So I have also created the test here with IO meter. So let's try the read performance first. Okay. So by bonding the 2.5 gig interface together, you can see that it can reach about 617 megabyte per second in the read performance. Okay, so this is a number that cannot reach by any other NAS without 2.5 gigabit interface. Okay, so speed is the key.
Yep.
So let me test the write performance. Okay. So this figure is for the write performance of the 2.5 gigabit ports here. So you can see still over 550 megabytes per second. Okay. And sorry, this cable disconnection.
Okay, we wait for a second.
It will come back should come back in a few seconds.
Yeah. Then while we are waiting for the connection back, so we will start on we will keep on the software, but the connection's back. So.
Okay. All right. So let me try the 10 gigabit. So I have also installed a 10 gigabit card here. So let's try to upload the 5 gigabyte file. So upload speed is about 300 megabyte per second here, because of the 4-bay.
No, I think it's getting faster.
Some probably cache, but normally it's about 300, 400 megabyte per second.
Yep.
Okay. Now I'm gonna try the download speed. Delete the file first. Okay. Let's try the download speed.
Oh, it's even more faster.
So the download speed can reach almost 700 megabyte per second.
Yep.
10 gigabit interface. Okay. So the last demo is about the Wi-Fi adapters. So Wi-Fi 6 adapters. Let me maximize the window. So I have installed Wi-Fi 6 adapter here on the 653D NAS. So from here I can see the information. Right now it is linked at 1.2 gigabit per second. And with our interface, you can scan for the available Wi-Fi, and then it can show you available Wi-Fi, and you can connect to that. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's finish our demo here. Let's go back to the slides.
Yeah. So that was for all the hardware part.
Yes.
And then now we go to the software part. Well, if you are a home user and you just want to upload your pictures or videos or some of your personal stuff into your NAS, well, QuMagie is a really good new QuMagie that can help you to sort your albums smartly, and then it has the AI and the function that can provide you a simple facial recognition. So if you upload all the pictures into up to your NAS, and your NAS can automatically sort the faces, and then in the future, if you want to check for some specific pictures, that will be more easier for you. And then if you like to watch movies or download your own videos into your NAS, you can also use the smart devices such as your smart TV and your tablet or something else, or devices with DLNA function. And then you can just use your QNAP NAS as a operator. Then you can start to enjoy all the videos in all the smart devices that connected to your NAS, such as Apple TV, Chromecast, Fire TV, Roku, and even your smart TV. And of course, since it can support a HDMI 2.0 version output, so we can give you a full 4K UHD experiences. And of course, if you are a Plex user, you can also download the Plex into our NAS. Then you can have the same function and the user interface on our NAS. And if you want to try our own application, the Cinema 2.8, well, that is a kind of new generation multi-room streaming solution, which means that you can log into your NAS and drag the data files on your device A and then play on the device B, such as this kind of concept. And with our IR remote control, you can have a better experience while using it. And of course, when you upload all of your videos and photos into your NAS, how can you find any data very easily? So this is our QSearch 4.0. It has several very important and useful facts. The first that is you can log in with 4 of the platforms and devices. First is use any of your webs and just type in the IP address, then you can log in and use the QSearch. Or if you want to use your mobile phone or tablet, you can download the QSearch application, then you can also use it. And if you are a Mac user, just directly search the things you want in your Mac Finder, and once your NAS is connected to the Mac, then it will automatically search the files you key into the Mac Finder in your NAS. And of course, you can download the plugins from Firefox and the Google Chrome. Then whatever you search on your Firefox and Google Chrome, the search page will have a little spot on the right hand side that can also show you the search result in your NAS. And of course, you can sort and search your videos and your pictures by the resolution, the length, and even the location. And of course, the colors, the majority of the colors of your video, no matter it's a 2D or a 360 pictures or the videos, we can all give you a preview mode, and then we can search by the keyword in your PDF, your Word, and your PowerPoint, all the stuffs. Okay. Then once you have all the important data and unforgettable data files inside of your NAS, well, how to prevent it crash or how to prevent data loss is a very important issue. So we provide you full snapshots from 1024 maximum total for the whole the NAS. And for each LAN and volume, you can support up to 256 snapshots. So I think the amount is very enough for all the home users to keep all of your data files safe. Well, if you think that is not enough for the Mac user, we also have hybrid backup sync. Then you can set up the hybrid backup sync to back up all the time machines inside of your Mac without any like any check button or something. Once you have set up everything, set up the connection between your Mac and your NAS, every time your Mac and your NAS are under the same internet environment, and then once you plug the charge, you charge your Mac, the backup will automatically process by itself. And if you don't want to put all your backups inside of your NAS, you can also purchase our expansion unit. For example, the TR004 that can 100% be a extra space that you can put all of your backups inside of your TR004, and you can also use the hybrid backup sync to compress all the files, and then it can give you more and more space for you to store anything. And speaking of the hybrid backup sync, that is one of a very unique and popular QuMagie of QNAP. It can give you several functions such as synchronize. You can synchronize your data files, and then you can back up your data files to a local NAS or a remote NAS or tons of third-party clouds that you have been using already. And also it can compress your data files into our own format, the QDFF. Then we can support you to zip or to compress or decompress all the files on your computer or even the clouds by our own software. Then after you check the file that you want, then you can decompress that. So it's a very important and very popular function by QNAP. Of course, if you are a user that you like to play virtualized machine, or you want to work your own developed job on the container, we support you. The first one, the virtualization station, that you can have your own Linux, Windows, or Android system installed on the virtualization station. Then you can run it with all the hardware efficient that you spare to any of the virtualized machine you want. And of course, if you are a developer, you can also download all the different Dockers on the Docker Hub or the XLC. That is the two famous places that all the developers are doing your own professional things, right? So we can support you these two functions. And of course, we also provide you the QVR Pro series of the applications. It comes with 4 applications. The first is QVR Pro, the second is QVR Client, and we also have the QVR Center, and the other is a redundant QuMagie when you are having more than one QNAP NAS, then you can use it. When the first of your NAS is down, the second NAS will take over all the recording job immediately. And the structure for the QVR Pro is like, if you are having your own IP camera and your own NVR, then when you need more store capacity, then you can use our NAS, use the empty space as one of the store capacity. But we can provide you another function that we can use your QNAP NAS to replace your NVR. Just plug your IP cameras into a PoE switch, or just make sure it works, and then you can just make all the connection to the back panel of the RJ45 port of your QNAP NAS. Then you can use your QNAP NAS with the QVR Pro and QVR server, all the settings, configurations to make your own event notification and to make your NAS your own NVR. And we can support up to over 5,000 IP cameras in the market. And then you can have every camera channels once you purchase any of our X53D series. And if you need more channels, you can go to our software store and purchase your license. Then you can upgrade your QNAP NAS into a powerful NVR. Yeah. So also we provide you two new things. Basically that is not new, but we had it like last year and it's very useful. The first one is the hybrid mount. Well, before you choose to use the QNAP NAS or any other NASs, you probably been using the Google iDrive, Google Cloud, or other drives, and the cloud storage third-party service. And each service, they have their own user interface and they have their own configurations. So if you have more than one, then you have to get used to all the different interfaces. And once you have mounted all the other third-party clouds into our QNAP NAS, you can just easily open our file station. Then all of the storage you stored, all of the data file you put inside of your NAS will be in one folder tree. And you will see the other folder tree, and the name will be your third-party cloud. So in the future, you only need one user interface, then you can control and you can download and upload all the different data files from all of your different cloud storage services. No matter it's from your NAS to your cloud, or from your cloud to your another cloud, or from your computer to your NAS or the cloud. You can just do everything in our hybrid mount, you do in our file station after you mount your third-party cloud into our NAS. And for the enterprise solution, we have the block-based gateway that we can provide you a VJ-bar cloud, which means that we can we can back up all your data files up to the cloud, but we can make your files into blocks. Then when you back up the blocks up to the cloud, it won't be recognized by each of the blocks. So even if someone get all of your backups in the cloud, they won't find anything confidential data from your customer, or maybe the GDPR, right? Because it's a very important issue. So anyway, you put your files on your cloud through our VJ-bar cloud. We can give you, what is that called? We only back up the changed block. So if you have one data file and you have several versions, you will only have you will not have like several versions of the whole data file size. We will only back up the changed blocks, so it will have less and less data saved and back up into your cloud. And we can give you all the block. We can block your file into the cloud. So basically, even if someone got all the backups, they won't find anything. Yeah, to keep your data file safe. Oh, wow, it's hard. Then this chart is to show you the different interface from eSATA to the SAS. and the theoretical speed while you are using different of the interface. So why we want to provide you a lot of USB port, because where you can see that the speed is much more higher than the eSATA. So if you are still using the eSATA, then maybe you can choose to have a new technology.
Another thing is that when you buy a new computer since last year, you probably don't see any eSATA port on your laptop or on your desktop.
Yeah.
That's already very old and abandoned by many computer makers.
Yes. Yeah. So we just mentioned the TR004 as a unique expansion unit. Well, basically we have much more than that. From the picture you can see we have the 002 for 2 bay, and we have TLD800C that, and of course with the TR004, these three are the USB interface. So if you want to choose a expansion unit with a USB interface, choose these three. But if you want to choose the SATA interface, then we have these three models at the right hand side in the pictures: R400, R800, and 1600. So that represent the bay amount of each expansion unit, and the SATA is much more. Oh no, sorry.
That's our technology is a multi-channel SATA, so it's very similar to SAS by using the same cable.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, and these are the solutions for the expansion unit. Like you can use it as a expansion volume for your NAS, so you can still enjoy all the support from our popular applications such as QFiling and QSearch. And you can use it as a backup destination such as a backup vault. So you can put all your backups into the expansion unit. So that will be two of the solutions depending on your specific usage. Then, if you don't want to use the expansion unit and you just happen to have other of the QNAP NAS, you can also use our exclusive function, the virtual JBOD, which we call VJBOD. That when you have the TS-453D, you can take other empty space on your other QNAP NAS through the iSCSI connection. Then all the empty space will be one of your TS-453D, so that will be very useful. And each of the TS-453D and the 6 bay and the 2 bay NAS can have up to 8 VJBOD connections. So if you have more, then you can enjoy more empty space. Well, this is a comparison chart from the QNAP NAS with other vendor, their new model in year 2020. So no matter it's from the RAM, the RAM and the RAM slots, and the network speed, and the HDMI and PCIe slots, and of course the USB generation and the models, and even the expansion unit for the M.2 and 10 gig, 5 gig, the expansion cards. No matter on which column, we have a better solution for all of our users on the same price range, right? I think. Yeah. So if you are looking for a good NAS under a certain price range, I think QNAP will be a very good choice for you. And we have 6 bay. So if you want a larger capacity, you can choose our 6 bay. Well, that will be all the introduction for the TS-x53D series. Like, we can make a simple recap. The processor is Intel J4125, and that is a 4-core, and it can burst up to 2.7 gigahertz. And it has two built-in 2.5 gigabit Ethernet for each of the NAS, and the speed is really good. And we can support you a PCIe expansion slot for like USB or other SSD, or even you want to have a higher speed of your internet connection, you can choose one of our accessories in the QNAP website. Yeah, so that will be all we want to introduce to you. If you want to get more information to this product, you can go to our website, or you can search other keywords on YouTube to find others of our video. Well, thank you for watching and thank you for coming. Yeah, we will see you next time on QNAP Podcast.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Sorry.